All right. All right, guys. Welcome to Word of the Day Wednesdays. I am author Nicole D. Miller. Here is my book, Stories for the Urban Soul, a compilation of short stories, novellas, and poetry depicting Black characters dealing with everyday relatable life issues, from social injustice to heartbreak to parenting to college life to sisterhood, friendship, a host of relatable topics infused with faith and spirituality. You can learn more at NicoleDMiller.com. So as you guys know, every Wednesday I piggyback off of my latest vlog. So today is going to be interesting because I didn't release a vlog this week. I didn't release a vlog this week because it has been crazy, and I'm sure some of you guys have had the same experience with it being the holiday week. So I've had some friends visiting to town. It's been amazing, but it's definitely pushed me behind on my blogging obligations. So I'm actually going to release my blog post probably Friday, but I'm still going to do a live and give you guys a sneak preview of what's to come. So the blog post that I'm working on is currently titled, A Mountain in the Valley. Sometimes I change my title, so that is a working title, which may not happen when I actually release the blog post. So, A Mountain in the Valley, and basically I'm sharing some intimate personal feelings surrounding the holidays, surrounding my journey with being, single and not having children at this age. So I get pretty vulnerable in it. And I think I like vulnerability because I feel like it makes people know what's happening behind the happy photos on Instagram or social media. And I think it helps you to connect with people. So I love doing that in my writing so that people can really get to know me and feel comforted and supported in their own journey. So I talk about my feelings surrounding gearing up for my book launch. Many of you guys know I've been working on my debut novel, When Love Wins. Yay! And the launch is almost here. The actual launch will be in April, around my birthday. But the pre-sale is happening now. So we just did the kickoff for the pre-sale with the book cover reveal. Drumroll, please. I don't have the actual book, so I can't show you it. But what I want you to do, if you're watching this, is go to whenlovewins.love. Go to whenlovewins.love. Check out the book cover. And in the book launch for the pre-sale, I was able to share what inspired the illustration on the book cover. It actually is capturing a scene that happened in the book that is really near and dear to my heart. I will be releasing the pre-sale kickoff on my YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. If you are subscribed, you will receive it. If you're not, you need to subscribe. You can subscribe a variety of ways. You can go to my website, NicoleDMiller.com, put in your email address in the pop-up, or you can go to whenlovewins.love. When you order, you automatically subscribe. If you take the quiz, you subscribe. And I haven't really released the information for the quiz other than the people who attended the actual launch. So you'll have to definitely stay tuned for that as well. But basically in the blog post, I share my feelings surrounding the celebration of others. And what I learned in writing, because sometimes I get more revelation after I write, what I learned in writing is that I feel like I've been learning how to celebrate others and how to celebrate myself and to find joy in that, right? So as a youngin', late teen, early 20-something Nicole, I think that I probably didn't fully maybe have that skill developed. And I can see the consistency of that theme happening the last 2 decades, to where this must be a focal point of growth for me as to why I feel like God is highlighting this, right? So I definitely went on a journey of celebrating others, specifically with milestones that I myself was not experiencing. And so in the blog, I share how I've had so many opportunities to capture the moments of other loved ones' celebrations and milestones, and yet did not have that of my own. But I do share one particular event in my life where so many people showed up for me, and it was when I got my MBA. So it was my grad school graduation ceremony. I had people coming out the woodwork. I had my coworkers, I had my family, I had longtime friends, I had my friends' parents. People from all walks of life were celebrating me, and it was such an encouraging time. And so I equate that to the pre-sale book launch and just having so many of you guys show up for me. And so even though I may not have the opportunities that so many of my peers have with these milestones and celebrations, when I do have opportunity, I definitely have people who are in my corner who step up. You guys will hear me talk a lot about community. That's because that has been so much of how I've received love, healing, growth, is through these people who are not blood related to me, who choose me, you know, and they can't always put me first. I can't always be a priority, but so many people step up in my journey, in my life, it would behoove me to not honor them. And so you will hear me talk about community so much, because that has been a huge part of my growth, of my healing, of me evolving as I'm still evolving into my true identity and manifesting purpose. No person is alone. So that being said, look for the latest blog. It's not there yet because I'm finalizing it because I've been a little bit backed up, but look for the latest blog and read that. And in other news, like I said, we kicked off When Love Wins at whenlovewins.love. Go and play around with it. I did release a code. We're having some technical difficulties at this time with the code, so stay tuned for the code. If you have any issues with the code, DM me, email me. I'll hook you up. Don't worry about it. We're working on that. But yeah, like I said, we have a nice little quiz going. You'll see some social media posts about that and advertisements about that. But the best way to stay in the know is to be subscribed, because I do my weekly blogs normally. I do my monthly newsletter, which is coming up at the beginning of each month. I let you guys know about events that I'm a part of. I just got to attend last weekend an event held by the Anti-Social Network, and that was in Beechwood. It was amazing. One of my good friends, Manny Hall, was featured, and Manny and I go way, way back, and to see his growth and elevation is awesome as well and inspirational for me. So he was speaking on branding and marketing, as well as another speaker, and then I was selling books. So I was selling books, but it was such a fruitful time. I made so many great connections, so many purposeful connections. And one of the things that stood out during that time too was that my older books, the first two books that were that I published, How to Overcome Heartbreak 1 and 2, were sold. And connecting with people who still needed that messaging, who still could relate to those topics, and just reminded me of how your journey is always going to be helpful to somebody. Even if you've already passed over certain experiences and circumstances in your life, someone else is where you used to be. And that means someone else can gain from your knowledge, from what you've overcome or been through. So that was cool. But overall, I'm just looking forward to the release of When Love Wins, and just blessed that we got to do the book launch, that I got to do the book cover reveal, that we're kicking it off, you know, with all the things. There's going to be a lot of special things happening. Like I said, we have this coupon, we have the quiz, I have an audio book in the making. Stay tuned for that. And we're doing bundles this time. So it's just a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stuff happening. Every book, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is definitely the biggest it's been. So I mentioned this in the book launch kickoff, or the pre-sale, is just that this novel, I feel like, is my greatest accomplishment. And I'm careful to say that because I don't want to minimize so many of the other things that I've done that have been so amazing and so extravagant. But I have to give credit where credit is due. I never ever thought I could be a novelist. I never ever saw myself even being a publisher, right? And so I have some clients that we're working on their publishing right now. And so that's a thing. So the novel itself, I think it's a great work of art. And I can't wait to get it into your hands. So anyways, I won't keep you guys any longer. Stay on the lookout for the latest blog post. And thank you for tuning in to Word of the Day Wednesdays. And of course, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, from me and mine.